I mean, you never believe that people are really going to find love on a show because it's all out there.
It's crazy because how did my third time happen on a show? Like, how did I have to share this whole, like as if falling in love and caring for someone is not intimate and sensitive enough. I did it in front of a whole crew, a whole cast, and it changed me forever.
This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Cats and Pudding. And on today's episode, I have a great guest. It's Nigel Battle, and he's on a hot new show called For the Love of Dilfs. And welcome today, Nigel. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. As soon as I met you, I knew we had to do this. We could not stop talking, so now we have a place to do it.
Listen, I love the gays. Those are my peeps, man. I identify as a gay man.
I love that.
I do. That's my identity. That's what I should have been. Seriously.
Well, this explains, because I'm one of the gayest.
Yeah,
so this,
you are.
Now this explains things.
Wait, what is that from Mean Girls? Is it too gay to function?
Yeah, even past that. I cannot keep it in.
You're too gay to function.
Yeah, I cannot hold back. I just get gayer as I get older. It's bad.
I love that. It's so funny. I'm not used to this microphone. I'm like Italian, so I'm waiting for me to like smack my hands.
Yeah, I talk with my hands too. I'm like trying not to.
I have to sit on them. So tell me all about the show. How did you get involved with it? Do you like Dilfs normally? Do you like dads of that older men? Is that a thing for you?
Yeah, I love all types of men. The show is actually two subcategories. So you have your daddies and you have your himbos, and then they're competing.
Wait, what's himbos?
So himbos are like a younger,
like a bimbo?
Yes,
okay.
a male version of a bimbo per se. So you got those two subcategories on the show, and I like daddies and I like himbos, but I did fall into the category of a daddy on season 2. Yes,
I like daddies too. So I always liked a little bit older men.
Yes, I'm in my daddy era.
Like silver fox.
Yeah, yes, not quite there yet, but on my way. Yeah, we do have a silver fox in the house, though. He was amazing.
I met him. He was cute.
So, yeah.
Yes, I'm getting him on the show next.
Gorgeous,
I like him. I think too old is a little creepy, but 10, 15 maybe years older is okay, but when it starts going like 20, 30 years older, it's a little creepy. It's like dating your dad. Like, that's a little creepy.
These days you really can't tell. Like, it's really like, as long as you're carrying yourself well and the vibe is there, I'm not gonna ask you too much about your age. We could just vibe.
But honestly, if you think about it, if you're going out with somebody much older than you, I feel like what would I talk about to somebody like that's 20, 30 like years on me? For me, I have kids that are like that age, so I'm like, I feel like I was dating my kids, my daughter's boyfriend or something. So I think it's kind of a little bit different. So I guess a mother, I don't know, I look at it that way.
For sure.
Some mothers don't care, but
for sure.
I mean, we've had many scandals that have had them dating like there's Jada Pickett. There you go, right?
Messy, very messy.
So tell me about the Dilf that you liked on the show.
Yes, so I get matched up with a himbo and on episode 1, and it was so unexpected for me because I went into the house being like the only like bear daddy per se, the only bigger, thicker, furrier. All that energy was not around me. It was more so like abs, really great bodies. So I was like, I'll just do a couple episodes and just be happy to be part of it. See
how it goes.
But I ended up with someone who liked my specific body type. We clicked immediately, and ironically, I probably have fallen in love I would say 3 times, and this is literally my third time.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, so
yes, this is my third time.
You fell in love
I count this as the third time, but it's crazy because how did my third time happen on a show? Like, how did I have to share this whole, like as if falling in love and caring for someone is not intimate and sensitive enough? I did it in front of a whole crew, a whole cast, and it changed me forever. So.
I know you're still together, or we can't really talk about that.
Yeah, so
right
I always say like that. I don't always be like, wait till the next episode type thing. But even if I were to give a specific title of what we are right now, it wouldn't make sense if you don't carry through with the episodes.
Right.
There's so much that happens that we're so open about it. We share the good, we share the bad. We're very open about our experiences in the episodes that have come out. So as long as people just follow along, there'll be no questions once we get to the end type thing.
So that's really great. So it's like, I mean, you never believe that people are really going to find love on a show because it's all out there, and it's like everybody's watching and it's kind of scripted. And like even on like a show like The Bachelor, what do you go on one date with the person and it's like you have to figure out if you in love with them or if you're going to marry them.
It's an accelerated like program. It's very
It's like boot camp.
Yeah, it moves very quickly. And that's why like the comments drive me insane because they're like, how could you fall so quickly? I'm like, we couldn't leave. Like we were there. All I saw was him. Like, so I fell and I fell hard. I'm not going to apologize for that. If, you know what I mean? This is what happened.
Well, that's awesome. That's you went on the show for this, right?
Yes.
So it wasn't just a hookup, right? You weren't looking just to hook up with somebody.
No, and I've stated that like before coming on the show, I was very much happily in my slut era. Like I loved hooking up. I was loving. I was coming in
my slut era.
Yeah, I was coming into loving my body and experiencing those experiences with loving myself, which is different than having experiences of not loving yourself. So I was really loving myself, loving my body. So when I came in for this, I was like, oh, this is an opportunity to actually get to know someone past the physical connection because I was only doing physical before that.
Because I have to say, in the gay community, I find that it's a lot has to do with superficiality.
Yes.
But you still are dealing with men, and that's how men are. And I see that they're very into their bodies. Listen, if somebody looks better in the mirror than I do, like I have a problem with that. I'm sorry. I have a total problem with that. I don't want somebody prettier than me. I mean, I don't like that. I want to be the prettier one. So, equally. But if somebody's like, their ass looks better than mine, I'm like, dude, no, sorry about that. But
oh my gosh, interesting. I feel like I could deal with that.
It's
like you could be my little trophy boyfriend. You can look better than me, and that's fine. I'll just wither away. You can look hot.
You know what? Because they look at it like this. It says looks feed. So what's connecting you is going to be emotional. And if somebody doesn't make me laugh, I don't care how good looking you are. If you're boring, your status goes from here to here. I'm like,
yes,
goodbye.
I say that all the time.
See you later.
Like personalities fall so flat these days, and it bothers me because the looks and the outfits be giving, but I'm like, what's in here?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
What else do you give them besides, hey, I look great for an Instagram photo?
Right,
photo
yes,
op, but what's then after?
Yes.
And I think that's probably part of the reason why people are like this now, because everything is so superficial on social media. Like, it's like you're always like in that moment of taking, nothing becomes real, I feel like. I feel like there's no deep depth.
Yes.
I feel bad for you guys in this generation. It's hard to find somebody with depth.
Yeah, it's bad. And I like to give myself like all those reminders to step away, take my D&D days, live life, You're
close to your mother, aren't you?
Oh my goodness. I was a mama's boy growing up. That's why. For sure. I lost her in January, unfortunately. So we're so close. We have a more spiritual connection now. What we had while she was here kind of carried over. But I went into the mansion 4 months after losing my mom. So a lot of my reactions on camera, a lot of the way I show who I am, it's because I had no guard. I already went broken. I already went open. I've already been through the worst. So what's gonna, what could happen?
What's the worst? I lost my mom too very young. So I both my parents. So it's hard. It's so hard.
It's one of the hardest things in the world. Absolutely. Yeah. So throw a reality television show pressure cooker on top of that, and don't ask me why I'm crying. I'm going through it. I was going through it before I got there.
You're already emotional before you got there.
Yes.
Well, she's with you. And
absolutely.
I always firmly believe that. But I feel that because when somebody has that positive, relationship with their mother, especially, you kind of know as somebody wanting a relationship, because they give you that ability to want that relationship, I feel like. So that's why I could tell you probably were very, very close to your mom.
And very loved. I mean, came out age 12, always supported every dream I had, everything I ever wanted to do. I'm very blessed. A lot of my friends were being thrown out at that time for being gay, for being feminine, for liking Britney Spears, fucking with the Spice Girls. Like, you got made fun of for that. You got thrown out. In my house, I was loved. I was appreciated. And the things that I'm doing now are because of the way I was raised. I was just like so well loved.
Are you the only child, or are you?
I have a sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just the two of you. Mm-hmm. I have 3 girls. I always wanted a son, and I said I want one straight son and one gay son. I always want, and my nephew is gay, so I always took. He was like oh my God, my heart. I said that kid made me laugh every day, and I just adored him.
Yes.
Like I said that's what I need. I said I needed a gay son in my life. So.
Protect gay youth.
That's
where it starts. I really feel like that. Like, you have to keep them in that bubble. You have to keep them loved. Make sure they feel like they're okay. They're normal.
Yes.
And then that's how you have a successful child. You know, they're not going to do anything if they don't feel important and loved and seen.
That's the biggest job for a parent. That's a child. You have to you just love your children. That's it. That's all you really have to do is make them feel loved. And then look what you have. You have somebody as well-adjusted as you.
I like to think I'm the example of a well-loved child.
You are. You're a total example. What how did you feel about Stormy Daniels as the host?
Oh my gosh. Ooh. I was so nervous about that because
she looks horrible. I'm sorry.
You know,
she looks like a train wreck. Oh my God.
The Florida sun really took an effect on our hair and our skin and some of the things that we did.
No, something else took effect on her. It wasn't the sun.
We were hot. It was long days. Listen, we did the best we could.
She was wearing a crown on the first episode when she walked in, right? When she was a I don't know why she's wearing a crown because she looks like a train wreck.
She had hair on staff, like hair assistant. But I feel like the humidity was so bad. Like they were there fixing it. So it was just like, it was inevitable. And even in all of us, like we're all dripping sweat. If you look at, I have a sweat stain on my whole back on one scene. Because I have a huge TV I watch the show on at home. And I'm sitting there looking at my big sweat stain. I'm like, okay, we were just struggling. Like
that's the worst now. With these new TVs, you see every crack,
HD,
every blemish from like birth on there.
You can see every hair follicle on my face, my hair. It's invasive. And, you know, for what it's worth, 10 to 12 hours a set, on day, every day, days at a time. She killed it. We did what we can. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. That was the part people were always like, what was shocking to you? The amount of work. Yeah. You're up, you're on set, you're filming, you're doing a scene, you're break, another scene, challenge, break, scene, elimination, sleep.
It's hours of work.
It's not like it was, I thought it'd be more like a cute vacation.
One scene, 3 minutes of filming takes 10 hours.
Takes a long time.
That's what happens. Yep. So, you know, you have to get it right. Yeah.
Yeah. So for what it's worth, she did. She killed it. Yeah.
And who was like your favorite sexy dad? Sexy. Are they calling them dads?
The Dilfs. The one of my favorite daddy.
Dad I like to fuck. Right? Dad I like to fuck.
That is the acronym. Yes.
Yeah. MILF.
It is. You know what?
I don't even think I'm a MILF anymore. I think I'm going to be a GILF now because I'm going to have a grandchild, so I'll be a GILF. That's fucked up. That's pretty sad. Go ahead.
It's so funny because I feel like there's like more power behind the word daddy than people realize. Like it's like, oh, like you have to be at a certain age or you have to like be like a big man with a mustache. Like, no, like you have daddy energy. Daddy energy is basically just like boss ass energy.
I told you
know what
I
mean?
was a gay man.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like anyone can really like be a daddy. So I love that they have those subcultures on the show and it helps it to look cute. But at the end of the day, like I want people to realize like everyone has that daddy in them. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's an energy.
But it is. My girls made fun of me one time because I used to call my ex-husband daddy, and they're like, "Mom, that is so creepy." Because now when I call him daddy, I'm thinking of something sexual, and it's horrible. And you know, kids never want to think about sleeping together. It's like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's
taken so many forms. That's daddy. Like there's different versions of daddy. There's daddy.
Not
that's
dad,
Dad,
Can I have ice cream? No,
it's taken a lot of forms, so it gets confusing.
And how was like the place you were staying? Was it what was it? Florida you guys were in?
We were in Fort Lauderdale.
I live in Fort Lauderdale too.
Oh my goodness,
it's beautiful.
That was part of how I was able to get through the competition because I became so high strung in the challenges and as a competitor because I was like, I'm not leaving. Like there's 3 catered meals. We're in a mansion. The sun is sunning. I'm feeling like I'm not leaving.
So your motivation was to stay on a vacation.
Yeah, there's a guy here. We're feeling each other. I have love. I have the mansion. I have everything I need. That. Yeah, I was like, I'm not leaving. So it was amazing. The production, shout out to Daddy TV. They fed us. They kept us anything we needed. They were very attentive to our needs. And that's a time in your life where you need attention. In that way, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it worked out perfectly. They're always like, oh, do you need anything? In the first couple of days, it's like, no, I'm good. And then as time was progressing, I was like, actually, I need this, I need that. Like, I need that. Yeah.
I went on Below Deck and they were asking us like what we wanted was a special thing that we needed to be on the ship because we did the one in Mediterranean. Okay. And everybody's writing on the email, we're in a feed and they're writing these things. I want this, I want that. I said I want Fruity Pebbles. Everybody started laughing. I was like, that's what I want. I need my Fruity Pebbles that night.
Whatever makes you comfortable.
I have to have that with me.
Because you're out of your element when you're doing something like that. So for production to realize that and like give you what you need to be comfortable, I was like, okay, like I'll stay a while. Like,
and you got along. How about the rest of the cast? How was like dealing with the others that you weren't involved in? Did you guys interact a lot with each other as far, or did you mainly everybody like branched off with their their significant daddy or their significant himbo.
Yes, well, we had time to be with our himbos and daddies, and then we also had a lot of group time. So
was there any group sex?
I don't think so. That would have been fun, right?
That would have been a totally different show then.
It would have been, exactly.
It would have been like Orgy Island.
And there would have been a lot of eliminations the next day as well, because if the other partner wasn't consenting to that, that could be a whole different mess when people are going home. So that's, you're living your life there, but you're also like, it's a competition.
Yes.
So I remember at one point asking production, because I didn't know I would fall for Rico or whatever, the himbo.
Yeah.
I asked
Rico
them.
Suave? Was he
Yes,
suave?
that's exactly who he is. Delicious. I remember asking them like, oh, like, would I get in trouble if I like hooked up with a daddy? Like if I fall for a daddy, like what happens?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, well, like just be prepared to be eliminated, because the competition is you need a daddy and a himbo. So like if you were to do that, you're jeopardizing yourself.
So wait a minute, you have to go date both.
Yes.
Both. Okay,
So
so you have to
one
date a
of-
himbo and a Dilf.
So
and see
one
which
himbo
you-
matches with a daddy, and then that's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
that
like,
was
the
the
last
thing.
one remaining type thing goes home that week. Like there's always some an odd man out
Right.
type thing.
I
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
So it was fun. So I mean, I know it's already hard to date in the gay community. It's very hard, and it's like everybody seems to know everybody. So like, a funny story. I don't want to, but somebody that is a friend of mine knows somebody that's on your show that they dated already, and I'm like, it's so funny that like that it's that small, and is it hard because everybody kind of knows everybody?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there were a couple of people who kind of, especially with social media these days,
forget
you
it.
can know someone but not really know them
Right.
type thing. So there was a lot of that. And that actually played into one of our last eliminations, someone who was friends with someone before they got on the show.
And how did that play out? Was that a lot more drama? Or?
Yeah, well, because he eliminated him.
Wow.
Yeah, last week, this past Tuesday. So he popped off because he was like, bro, I knew you before the show. I thought we had this, we had that. So yeah, the real world mixes into it because
And now they're not friends no more after this.
it's messy. Yeah, I saw the last time. Yeah, they're both posting. It's a little messy right now. I hope they fix it though, because I'm a firm believer of like a strong Dilf family. So
Yes.
I always want everyone together. But yeah, it's hard when you're rewatching it right now. Like they were on fire in that moment when we
Right.
filmed it months ago, but then you're watching it and
you're
they're not-
reliving it.
Yeah, so we all do that every week. We're like, it's bringing up all of our
Trauma
traumas
that you
and
had.
problems. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm like, damn, like
It's
we're
emotional.
We're
Listen,
past this,
you're
but
dealing with emotional situations.
Yeah.
So it's, and you're dealing with a lot of personalities. So it's, and then to go through it again, you're like, oh my God, that was such a horror. It's like dealing with something that you already went through. Imagine like you're
Yeah.
dealing with something on a daily basis that you went through in the past, and now you have to actually watch it again.
right, you're seeing
and
it.
we're
Yeah,
seeing it.
yeah. As if
Not
remembering
just
it's not
remembering
enough.
Right. As if remembering it's not enough.
That's
Now
what I remember, yeah.
Freaking, it's got to be totally imprinted in history forever to keep freaking
in
watching
HD,
it every day.
baby. Like,
Oh my God! If my divorce was on freaking camera every day, shit,
listen.
I would be in jail for murder probably. A lot of people, definitely.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think that people, as opposed to straight and gay people, do you think that it's people settle more in the gay community for people, or do you think it's more in the straight community that people settle for? Like, do you think that for women, let's just say heterosexual, do you think that you see them more settling for somebody and not striving to get somebody who's a good partner for them, or, as opposed to somebody in the gay community?
I would minimize that down to just like a human thing. I think it comes down more to like, how much love do you need? Like, where were you to need that type of attention? That's, back to what we were saying like before, like how you were raised and stuff like that. So whether gay or straight, like you could just need that type of love, that type of attention that makes you settle. You know what I mean? That's something that you do because you need it.
Right.
So you can
So you think it's because it's a good upbringing, like what I said, because I know that you had a good mother that gave you you the things that you needed. So you think for everybody, it's
right. And I would never, because of that, I would never settle. And I take dating very seriously. And I was out running the streets because I was like, you know what? If he's not here, I'm going to have fun.
Right.
Type thing. But when I got on the show and I met someone that was, to me, so worth settling for, that was the life-changing moment, because I did not think
Do you want to get married and
Absolutely.
have children?
I do. I want a really cute life with someone that I love. Yeah, I do. And I think it's so nice to be at a place to actually like say that. Sometimes you don't want to let people know like where you want to go with things, and because you don't want to hear them like
you don't
kind
want
of
them
doubt
to
you.
scare her off
Yeah.
because you don't know where they're at, if they're on the same level as you are, in the same place you are.
Exactly.
Because that does scare somebody. I mean, if you're feeling some way and they're not, and then they could eventually, maybe a couple of months or a year down the road, they could feel that way, but you don't want to push that on them in the beginning and scare them either. Because, everybody comes to an epiphany or a plateau at different times, right? In a relationship. Yeah. So. But that's amazing.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you had a great experience then. You feel like it was.
It's something I wanted for so long. I've applied to so many different reality shows, and I've always done entertainment in some form. So to get to that point in my life where I was finally confident in who I was, and then to get the show at that time, it just felt so right. It felt like a gift from my mom because I was just like,
and
wow.
she was with you the whole time.
The whole time.
Well, hopefully not the whole time because we don't know what was going on behind closed doors. Were you guys able to hook up without them seeing what's going on?
You know what?
Was that a no-no or you weren't allowed?
You were,
you were, if
you weren't on camera, you were free.
Okay.
So that was that. There were lots of cameras in like the halls and in the daddy room and everywhere. However, there were blind spots.
You found? I'm sure you found those blind spots.
There were blind spots.
You're probably figuring out where.
So you could creep around, no one could see you, type thing. Because if you're very private, you don't want everything like that on camera. But I will also say this. So tired from set. You know what I mean? Like, there was very little to no hanky-panky because it was like, we were exhausted.
By the end of the day, you were just like, okay, give me some pudding. That's the way I am. That's why my show was named Cats and Pudding, because that's how I am at this time of my life.
Ready to go to bed.
I just need my cat, I need my hot pudding, and I'm good. That's my life now.
We were exhausted. So.
I'm exhausted every day. So what are you going to be working on now? Like, after this show, are you going to come back on another season, or is it going to be, or you have something in the works that's going to happen after the show is over, or working on any other projects?
Yeah, I have nothing officially in the works. I'm excited to kind of get back to my own independent content creation, what I was doing before, going on for Love of Dilfs, running my YouTube channel. I'm very proud of that. So I'll get back to kind of just doing independent videos and fun things on my YouTube channel. Some music coming later, some fun performances, doing burlesque in New York, doing some comedy shows. I'm like a full 360 creator, entertainer, performer. Yeah, and I used to as I was growing up, I'm like, oh, I just won't do this. I don't want people to think I'm doing too much. But now I'm just at the point, like, I'm doing it. Like, if I want to try it and it's there, someone's offered me a chance to do it, like, I'm trying it.
You know what?
So
why not? You might as well.
I'm doing it all right now.
I can tell you from somebody with my age, you know what? Do it, because you don't want to regret when you get older you didn't do it.
No, and I have regrets from my 20s like that. I didn't have that confidence or that urge to jump on things. Even like YouTube, like people always told me like, oh, you should do it. You should run a channel. I didn't believe in myself. So it didn't make sense to start it until I actually thought that I could do it.
Well, you had to do it on your own time and through your own process.
That was perfect timing.
So let everybody know where they can find you, your YouTube channel, your Instagram, and let them know what time the show is on in the channel. Let everybody know.
So YouTube is just Nigel Battle, videos every week, vlogs, reactions, movie reviews. I get into everything on my YouTube channel. Instagram, Nigel Battle Official. Very, very much on my stories, reels, posts. Yeah, I have a lot of behind the scenes thirst traps, really fun, cute stuff from the show that I'm going to be posting the next couple of weeks. And then, of course, you can watch For the Love of Dilfs Season 2 on Out TV. It's also available on Apple TV and Amazon Prime too through the Out TV subscription.
Yes.
Anyone who wants to just get started with it, episode 1 is on YouTube for free. Yeah, it's a good start, but I guarantee you'll be hooked and you're going to want to join Out TV to see what's going to happen. It is a good show. Yeah, so every Tuesday, new episodes for that.
And how many more episodes until the end right now?
We have 10 this season, and we're coming up to episode 7.
Okay.
And it just gets more and more dramatic. I get more and more meltdowns. You
get more meltdowns. I love that.
Because I'm stressing. I'm not trying to leave. They're trying to get me out of this mansion. I'm not leaving.
I can't see you having a meltdown. I feel like I'm going to take that back.
Let me know after you've seen episode 5, episode 4, the end of episode 7. Yes. Next week I get in a fight. So I get my... Right. Because they're trying me. I came in so sweet. I was good. I was really, really doing my best to behave.
Honestly, I wouldn't get into a fight where you look like a linebacker. They're probably
they try
not
me.
The person.
They try me. No, I hit with words. I'm not getting up. I was hitting with words. We were going back and forth verbally. Yeah, I'm not touching him.
But don't hit anybody.
No, because I'm not leaving. So you know what I mean. If I hit someone, I'm leaving. It's not Bad Girls Club. I'd be able to leave. So I'd be screwed. So no, we fight like this. They put us in a room and we hash it out just like this with words.
Do they have bodyguards in the room with with you guys just in case?
Other daddies who will be ready to hold me back if I get a little,
good.
jumpy. Yeah.
They might not. If they don't like the person, they might not hold you back that hard. They
Listen,
might let you go.
there's yes. You never know.
Oh, sorry, I meant to hold you back. I'm glad you hit
I slipped.
I slipped. Sorry. Well, Nigel, it was so good to have you on today. It was a pleasure, and I'm gonna definitely have you back. I'd love to hear what's going on later down the road in the future with you.
I would love that.
And I'm so glad we met each other because you were awesome. And it was so nice. Everybody, Nigel Battle on Out TV and For the Love of Dilfs. And please, everybody, watch Cats and Pudding, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Watch it and subscribe and watch the whole episode, not just the shorts, damn it. Have a great day. And I can't believe I didn't smack this thing out of my way. I thought it was going to be over by the time.
I know. I dodged it a couple times too. I was like,
now I can get out of it. I feel like
working around it.
That was great.
Thank you
so much.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
thank you.
I loved it. You're so good.
Fun. Oh my God, I love you.